Hello everybody and welcome back to the Let's Play of Zoo Tycoon with the scenarios, and today we're doing the first of the Mania scenarios. This one is called Orca Show. It is difficulty beginner, and it says here, having freshly completed your animal show training, a new zoo is requesting your help. First, build up the zoo so that you can afford a show tank, then prove you can create crowd-pleasing aquatic shows by generating at least $100 with an Orca show. So, this is the first of the Marine Mania scenarios, and it's kind of like a tutorial in itself. It's basically telling you how to make money by having an animal show. So, for this one we have to create an exhibit suitability rating of at least 85 for an Orca exhibit, have a total profit of $100 for the Orca show, and 75 guests in the zoo. Nothing massively difficult. We do start with $60,000 and we have infinite time, so the game just ends when we do the game scenario objectives. We've got plenty of space, but what I'm going to do is destroy everything that's completely unnecessary, just generate a bit more money. There we go. Doesn't raise much because there isn't actually that much there in the first place. But what we start with is a carousel, so let's increase the price of that. A hot dog stand, a popcorn stand, and a crushed ice stand. So these are all like new things with the Marine Mania expansion pack, which, as the name suggests, is all about aquatic and sea animals like sharks and whales and orcas. And these require a new type of exhibit, which is obviously a tank. You can't. And obviously that has to be filled with water, and that requires a tank filter to make sure that it doesn't get too dirty. They also require marine specialists, which are kind of basically like people in wetsuits that feed and look after the animals, and maintenance workers who take care of tank filters and whatnot. Anyway, let's get a male and a female orca, and I've just immediately been told that the tank is not big enough. Nope. Okay, so let's make that bigger. And merge the two. And that is still not big enough, apparently. Interesting. So they need a really big tank, it would seem. It's very weird. There we go, it's not big enough. And they don't need terrain, obviously, because it's just water, so they just need rocks and foliage. But they also require a certain depth of tank. So the Orca requires a tank that's deeper than it currently is. Okay, so that is the foliage, and now the rocks. Again, that doing noise, because I'm putting stuff where I can't actually put it. Let's just rotate it round and put some more in. And people are already going to the zoo, which is nice. And they're going on the carousel. You can see the marine specialist has put in the food. That's nice. There is also, like... Oh. National Organisation of Zoos has received numerous complaints about the living conditions of the animals in your zoo. Until you fix their living conditions and make them happy, you will not be able to adopt any new animals. Not urgent, it's just because the animal happiness is really low, because these animals are not very happy because they've not finished building their exhibit yet. So actually, let's just increase the size of the... Still too shallow. Now it's fine. Okay, now it's fine. Have to find when it's not too shallow, but no deeper, so you're not wasting money. But still need a load more rocks, which is interesting. Oops. Accidentally built a rock outside the tank. That's a bit foolish. Yeah. Wow, this is a lot of rocks. And after a thorough inspection, we've now been allowed to re-adopt animals. We don't actually need to for this scenario. We only actually need orcas, and we only need one, technically. Gold plaque and excellence in exhibit design, $15,000 for a highly suitable exhibit. There you go. Suitability rating 99. I mean, we can still put more rocks in. How many rocks do you want? That's insane. There we go, it's finally decided that enough is enough. Suitability rating 100. There we go. I can actually lower the base, which costs some money. It just means that, like, it's easier to see things, so I might as well do that. It does cost money. It doesn't actually affect the quality of the exhibit. In fact, actually, I think it also means that guests can't see in as easily. That might not be true, I'm not sure. Leave it like that. There we go. So now, guests are complaining because, well, they were complaining because the animals were upset, but now I think they're just complaining because people like complaining in this game, it seems. There are a lot more, like, obviously, like touristy type stuff. So like I can build like an aquatic themed restaurant or an aquatic themed gift shop or another aquatic gift shop, and then like a swim with dolphins, a shark tunnel, so it's like they pay in and they like go in one end and come out the other, and there's like sharks above it in like a big glass roof, submarine shop, toilet, ring toss, which I've already got one there, that's actually making a loss. In fact, all of these things are. It's quite worrying. So we may actually just build a restaurant, to be honest. Let's build a restaurant and a gift shop. And then build more path round like this. There we go. And then rotate the world around and build a bit more path. Okay. Build some more path like that. And we will eventually need the show tank, but I think for now we need to concentrate on A, making money, so let's raise the price of this to $30. And the carousel's making money, but everything else is making a loss. Let's increase the price of that, and increase the price of that. Hopefully people will start to use the restaurant and the gift shop. But for now, I think we'll just build another exhibit. For... Could go with dolphins, maybe. Or... shark, maybe. Let's go with the tiger shark. Let's get a tiger shark exhibit. It's actually only slightly cheaper to build that. As opposed to that. I don't know what the difference is, to be honest, so... And there we go, people start to use the restaurant. So, let's go with a tiger shark. And it will need a filter, so let's build that there. Get a male and a female tiger shark. If I remember correctly, they do require... Yeah, they require a shelter. The tank is too shallow, and it also needs trees and... not trees, but like foliage and rocks. Let's just get some foliage and some rocks. And the orcas have had a baby. That's interesting. And they're also like jumping out and spraying water into the air. I think that's because they're happy. Yeah, they're really happy, so... we do need to make this deeper. A lot deeper, it would seem. Thing is, it does cost money to make stuff deeper. It can get quite expensive. It's more expensive the bigger the tank, obviously. Yeah. Which is why you don't want it any deeper than absolutely necessary. So that is deep enough. Needs more foliage and more rocks. Just check this is making money. This is making money. This is making a lot of money. And these things are making losses. So we may actually get rid of these. In fact, yeah, let's sell these. And may as well sell that. We don't need them, because we've got the restaurant and the gift shop, for which was providing, like, everything that they were providing is now being provided by them. So let's put in some benches. There's a bin there that I don't think we actually need. And some scenery. Just type stuff. Just makes the guests a bit happier. And also it makes the zoo look nicer. There we go. Put in signs, tell people about the animals. And put in a zoo map. Put it in at the entrance, actually. There we go. And can we fit an archway like that? No, we can't. We can fit an archway there though. So let's do that. Okay. The restaurant's making a bit of money. Let's just increase the price up a tiny bit. Increase the price of that again. Guests are not very happy. Interesting. Oh. We're not finished with these guys, even though they're really happy for some reason. They're really happy, even though their exhibit isn't exactly perfect. Oops. Too many. Just right. Yep, just right. And more rocks. Is fine. That is suitability rating of 100. Guest happiness is still quite low. So we need $100 for Orca show and 75 guests in the zoo. We don't have enough money for an Orca show thing at the moment. It's a bit annoying. Gift shop still isn't making money. Raise the price a bit more. Just have a look at what some guests are thinking. Where can I buy a souvenir? Well, you can buy a souvenir right here, mate. See, that's the thing. You can just pick up guests and move them around. Interesting. He's complaining about not... He's asking where can I buy a souvenir, but he doesn't want to buy a souvenir. Maybe it's too expensive? I don't know. Orca's just messing around and like doing belly rolls and waving to the crowd and whatnot. The animals are really happy. The guests aren't massively happy. And I don't know why. Why are they not very happy? No particular reason. Could give them like... just something that would increase their happiness. Like an animal theatre. That might be a good idea. But where can we put it? There's nothing... I mean, we could build a... We could build a shark tunnel. Although I don't really have anywhere I can put it at the moment. And I do think an animal theatre would be quite good. Okay, let's... Let's build a shark tunnel. And then that will come out like that. Let's build a path around. Build a path over here. We are running very low on money, which I'm a bit aware of. Well, I am aware of. Why is the guest happiness so low? Like, there's nothing wrong with these guests. They're hungry. Then go to the restaurant. There we go, let's go into the restaurant now. No, this gift shop's really making a loss. It's annoying. No one's going in the shark tunnel either. This is very strange. This is really very strange. Let's start building another exhibit. Now the bluefin tuna is incredibly cheap. And it's also weird because you can have a very small exhibit and they're still kind of happy. So let's just do that. And we've been given the $10,000 emergency funding because we're low on cash, which should be enough to build this exhibit. Filter. This is really weird. Male and female tuna. More foliage, sargassum, and more rocks. Okay. And that is literally it. That is basically the exhibit. And they also want more animals to make them happier. So it's 2 males and 2 females. They're saying they want more animals to make them happier, but... Really? What is going on with this guest happiness? Like... Their needs are met, mostly. They're just really unhappy, and I don't know why. Like... I'm going to build an animal theatre. Just hope that makes people happier. Because this is really weird. Let's increase that to $7. People are using the shark tunnel, but it's not making any money. And this is just really not making any money. Let's hope people go into the animal theatre. That guy's going into the animal theatre. The carousel and the restaurant are making good money. But the gift shop's losing a lot of money and the shark tunnel's making... The animal theatre's making a bit of money. This is really weird. Let's get a tour guide. That might make people a bit happier. I don't know. This is very strange. We haven't even got 75 guests in the... Like, I think the most guests we've ever had is 35 or something. They're just really unhappy. I don't get it. But they're not angry. They're just mediocre happiness. But then you go on their thoughts and they're not... There's nothing wrong with them. Like, they're not complaining. They're just sort of unhappy. But for no real reason. Anyway, this guy's going into the restaurant. This is very strange. Animal Theatre's making money. Okay, let's get rid of unnecessary stuff. Okay, we are going to need that. Don't need that, or... Don't really need that. Don't really need that, to be honest. Don't need that, or that. Don't need that or that. Huh. This is going to be a long scenario if this doesn't pick up. I thought this would be an easy scenario, but for some reason the guests are becoming more happy. Not really. It went from 63 to 64 to 63. Shark Tunnel's making a loss. The gift shop's really making a loss. This makes no sense. How's the zoo as a whole doing? Like, this month... minus... off the 10,000, because that was like an emergency grant. So... we spent about... So the zoo's actually losing money as a whole. Because even if you ignore construction and animal purchase cost, okay, it just lost a tiny bit of money. Oh, that is really weird. I mean, guest happiness is actually now increasing, but barely, like really slowly. Gift shop's losing money. Shark Tunnel is losing money. Animal Theatre's barely making money. Available cash on hand, incredibly low. That was very impressive. This makes no fricking sense. It genuinely makes no sense, and now there are not enough shelters in... Holy shit! These sharks are just giving birth to 4 sharks? Okay, let's sell. It sounds really cruel, but we're going to sell some of the babies. So we're going to sell a male, we're going to sell a female. A, it raises money, and B, it stops the tank getting stupidly overcrowded, and it also means that I don't have to buy another shelter, which saves even more money. So it's very harsh, but it's kind of a necessity. I say kind of. Okay, why are these guests really unhappy? In fact, why are these animals not very happy? These tiger sharks aren't very happy. Is that because I sold your children? I don't know. Just not very happy. Guest happiness is really low. I do not get it. Okay, that's making money. That's making a loss. That's making a pretty big loss. Although, we can afford it. And the restaurant's making money. So let's increase the restaurant price. Increase that. Increase that. I don't know. I don't really know why the gift shop's making a loss. Or why these guests are so miserable. Could spend money on research. I mean, we do have to do our goal, which is an animal show. Which would make the people happier, except we can't fucking afford it. Okay. So that's the cheapest. You have to build a separate show tank. And then... yeah, you have to kind of build a separate show tank. And then... that'll obviously fill up with water, and then you put in the stuff, like show objects for which are like things that they interact with during the show. It's like balls, and this is like a float type thing that they jump up and play on. And we are completely bankrupt. The guests are becoming a bit more happy. The zoo itself is possibly making money. I don't know. That's starting to make a bit of money now. Animal Theatre's barely making money. I could raise the admission price. Although are we actually getting new... Yeah, we are getting people to the zoo, so... Let's raise the admission price up to 35, which is very expensive. But if it works, it works. Guest happiness is increasing. Your zoo is running low on money. I'm aware of that. Huh. I'm now thinking that instead of building the shark exhibit, I should have just built the show exhibit before, which would have given me more money, because you make money from the show. That's the whole point. And it also makes the guests happy when they watch the show. I mean, if we look at the finances for May, we are actually making profit as a zoo. Thankfully. The gift shop's costing us money, but then we kind of make it up from the restaurant. So let's just raise the price even more. I have noticed that people will... You can seemingly raise the price of the restaurant a lot, and it doesn't seem to affect how much people go in it. But I'm not going to test that. I'm going to be wary. Anyway, these for some reason these sharks are now really happy again. The tuners, they still want more animals of the same type, but okay, we're now going into debt. Like, we have negative cash. We can't afford anything. But if we just look at May itself, we did make about $1,200. We've been awarded quality animal care, which is $5,000 for free. Let's pause. Actually, let's not pause the game. I don't know why I'm having so much difficulty with this particular scenario. Anyway, let's raise the tank height. In fact, actually, let's lower it, because the marine specialists, of which we only have one at the moment, but that's fine, start shows automatically, and you can change the frequency and the admissions price. But the problem is like we don't want a show at the moment because we don't have any grandstands. So, like, there's nowhere for the guests to actually sit, which would mean that the show would make no money. Anyway, let's put in some seats. We can't afford. It costs $15.75 to actually raise the price. So, because the thing is, it's like the level of this tank needs to be the same as the show tank, so they can actually get in it. And what this does is when they're the same level, it kind of creates like a little portal, not portal, but like a little door. The animals kind of swim inside so that they can get between tanks. It's quite weird, but that's just how it works. But we can't afford it, unfortunately. And if we lower this, the animals become unhappy. So we have to raise that as opposed to lower that. But the thing is, we don't actually need toys as it's in itself. I've just realised that the show tank itself will need a filter. But yeah, we need We need money pretty desperately because we don't have any. Guests are slowly becoming happier. The gift shop is making a loss. Shark Tunnel's making a slight loss. Let's raise the price a bit more. Animal Theatre's making good money. Let's raise the price on that a bit more. Guests are slowly becoming more happy. If we just look at June, so far this month we made about $2,000. And people are going to the zoo and paying $35 to get in. Which is always nice. I could actually spend some money on advertising, which would increase the admissions even more. Could technically afford that. Let's just spend $500 a month on advertising. Hopefully we'll get some more people coming to the zoo, which will increase the profits. Weirdly, even though this is like the first Marine Mania scenario, I do actually remember it being unusually difficult in the past, and I have no explanation for that. I really don't. I'm not sure whether to sell the gift shop or not. I mean, it is making a loss, but at the same time, just to increase the prices of stuff so we make a bit more money. At the same time, like, people are using it, and it therefore increases the guest happiness because they get to buy souvenirs. So I'm really not sure. Excuse me. But once we get up to $1,575, which is going to take ages, we'll be able to afford the actual show tank. The problem is that at the start of every month we have to pay all the upkeep. But if we just look at June in itself, I mean, the month's not over yet, so I'll wait until, like, July. Okay, if we just look... Ignore construction cost. We did make $3,500 in the month as profit. We did get a few more guests than we normally do. So if we just wait until the end of this month, then we should be able to get the show. People pay money to go to the show. Do need more guests to the zoo. But yeah, people pay more money. People pay money to go to the show. Hopefully the show makes a profit. We only need 100 for the goal. 100 total profit. Because people pay money to the show, but you have to pay upkeep on it. And when the people watch the show, it increases their happiness overall. Because at the moment it's only 74, which is pretty awful. In fact, yeah, it's really bad. But I don't know why, like... There's nothing in your thoughts that's saying, hey, I'm miserable. Because... reason. Makes no sense. The Shark Tunnel still isn't making money. Not a lot I can really do about that. The gift shop's making loss. Again, I don't really know what I can do about that. Okay, the exhibit's no longer big enough. So let's sell off this child. I'm not sure, but I think that, like, originally we had a male and a female orca, and they gave birth to a female orca. If we sell off this original female orca, I'm pretty sure that you can still get, I'm pretty sure you can still get the male and the daughter, as it would be, to have children, which is really weird when you think about it, but I think it is actually possible. I think incest in this game is a thing. And we only have 2 actual moves. And also the guests don't like it if you keep repeating things over and over again. So, like, it says +4, but then if you do it again it only goes to +2, and then +0, and then it actually goes down if you just keep doing it over and over again. So let's just keep... Yeah, see, it's only gone up +1 there, so... frequent is fine. You don't want it continuous, because obviously then the animals never get to rest. But you don't want it too infrequent, because then you don't make any money. Guess happiness has gone down to 71. Why? In fact, actually, let's put in a ball, and... Can't fit in one of these. Oh wait, yeah we can. And let's put in a ball and an orca stage, which we can't quite fit in anymore. And it doesn't look like... Actually, people might actually go to the... The problem is usually the show starts when there's no one around watching it. Really annoying. I'm hoping that people actually go to this show. Anyway. There's nowhere we can fit this stage in. Okay, it looks like people might actually go to this show. Just have to make sure that it actually, yeah, people are going to the show, it would look like it. It would seem. Yep, people are paying to go on the show. So at the moment, the total profit is minus 138 because we have to pay for upkeep. Let's actually increase the ticket price to 650. This show will probably make us a loss. Next show will probably make us some money, I'm hoping. We are at 63 guests, but they're still really unhappy, and I don't know why. Next show should get more people because they're kind of like closer to the area and like they're more aware of it. Because the thing is they have to walk all the way to the grandstands and they walk incredibly slowly. Like, hurry up, walk faster. Yeah, there you go. The show's ended. Those people actually managed to watch it in time. Guest happiness 70. Ugh. Minus 2850. It did make some money, but because of the income of the expenses. Oops. Wow, that was a great show. That was a cool trick. Blah 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 blah. Prices at the Shark Tunnel are too high. Interesting. Let's decrease them then. Let's go with 450. Hopefully it's not too expensive. Interestingly, no one complains about the prices at the restaurant. Or the gift shop. Or the animal theatre or anything. So... guest happiness is still really low. We do have 75 guests at the zoo. So now we just need the actual total profit. Okay, let's just actually edit what goes on in this thing. Make it a bit longer so that people... okay, get rid of that. Plus 6. Yep. Plus 3. Yep. Plus 4. No. Well, actually, it still increases it, so... and then plus 2. And another one of them. Nope. Plus 6. Right, I think that'll end it. So there you go. It's quite a long show, but if a guest were to actually watch the entire show, their happiness would increase by 37, which is a lot. We have got negative cash. If we just look at July, we made almost $3,500 in profit. Still, very weird, very unusual. We do have negative cash. Probably going to need another marine specialist, but I can't afford one right now. Okay, we've met both of those goals, just need $100 for the thing. I am aware that I've basically I have pretty much messed this scenario up. I've made it a lot more difficult than I would probably have needed to. So it's a good thing that you get no time limits. I think what I probably should have done is just delete everything, level the terrain around here, and then just build up around here, like a conventional zoo, rather than kind of build everything over here. I thought this would make more money than it did. I don't know why the guests are so miserable either. Because this zoo is not making money, and the guest happiness is really low, so I don't know why that is. I mean, at the end of the day, we're still gonna well, we will beat the goal, or we will beat the scenario. It's just the zoo itself is not good, which is annoying. Anyway, let's get another show going on, which is what the marine specialist is doing, and hopefully more people will actually go to this show. Because at the moment I've got a negative profit of $103.50. Anyway, the show is starting, so people will probably start taking their seats. And I'm hoping this one actually makes more money. One thing that's a bit annoying about this game is that there's no kind of speed setting, so it's either like unpause or pause. You can't like fast forward. Anyway, the show's starting, so the orcas just go in that gate, and then into the show tank. Hopefully guests will actually buy some tickets, and this show itself will make some money. Hopefully. In fact, let's get another marine specialist. And I'm thinking if we get another tour guide, that might make people happier. It also might direct people towards the show. I mean, the thing is, the show is long now. So these people will make it in time. So it's possible this will be the last show before we make the $100 required for the goal. Possible, but not guaranteed, obviously. Yeah, people are going to the show. It's making money, or a bit of money, because obviously the upkeep is every month show, so we'll have to pay on like the 1st of September. Guest happiness has kind of thing. It is increasing. Yeah, the guests seem to like. The guests are saying, "Oh, that was a cool trick," and they seem to like the show, and it is actually making profit now, which is nice. Why are these guests not buying tickets? Go to the show. Watch the show. Oh, these guys are. Let's get another path over here. Guest happiness is slowly increasing. And we've won the scenario. So, it wasn't... I'd be lying if I was saying it wasn't massively difficult. It should have been a lot easier than I made it. For whatever reason, the guest happiness was really low and we were barely making any money. But eventually we did it. Anyway. Yeah, I mean, that's kind of like a tutorial scenario. It's basically to tell you how to build like a show for an animal. And not all animals can do shows. The ones that can are marked with stars. So at the moment we have the otter, the orca and the dolphin. But then there's also the sea lion. They can do shows and other animals can't. Some of these tricks are incredibly... well, they're very impressive, to be honest. So it's quite entertaining to actually just sit back and watch them. And we do have to pay the upkeep, so we've now got negative cash. I mean, there's nothing left to do in this scenario. If we just look at August, the zoo itself made a loss. For some reason. Increased employee wages and increased upkeep. It did actually make a loss, but I don't care. Anyway, so that is it for this video. We did win the scenario, even though I completely messed it up. So, thank you for watching this video. Leave a comment below, like the video, subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye!